6. Command Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We survived the Great Texas Nadir of 2025, at least another one. Pretty wild little storm that rolled in there. We'll tell that story here in a minute, but all is good. Everyone is safe. Just pretty gnarly winds, 70-mile-an-hour winds, some big old hail. Definitely had a tornado touchdown near us. I'm not exactly sure where it touched down, but it got spicy. It got spicy. Anyway, we'll get into that here in a minute, but thank you all for tuning back in. If you're just tuning back in, I do apologize if you were watching the last stream. It got cut short for the weather precautions, but we are back. We are live. We are in the Pan Am 777, and I got to think, I used to fly a Beech 99. I think it was 8227 Papa Alpha. And I always wondered, I was like, man, I really love this this tail number. And now I know why, because there we go, 4740 Papa Alpha. It had the same abbreviation as the Pan Am did. So anyway, just a little sidetrack thought there. Yes, this is a fictional livery, but it is an epic livery. I think it actually looks really good on the 777. And we all know it. If the Pan Am, or if Pan Am was still around, they would have bought 777s. Let's be real. So they probably would have been the launch customer of the 777 as well. So actually, were they around when they launched the 777s? I think they were. Maybe they wouldn't have them. But anyway, in 2025, if Pan Am was around, they'd have the 777. So we're back. I love this livery. I haven't flown the 777 since the last time I flew it, obviously, which is, what, a couple of weeks. My first time in Sim Update 2. I hope to see if there's any performance enhancements. So far, it's been so good. A little bit had some weird issues at the in Cancun on the 727 stream, but who knows? It could be weather related. There's a ton of weather. There's power outages everywhere. I'm just glad that we have the internet up right now, so hopefully that stays true. But I always used to get some stutters on the taxi out, so we're going to have to verify, see if that is the case or not. But I just love the look of this bird. How sweet does this airplane look right here? Look, we got I think there's Robert Randazzo right there. He's in the classic 7.4. He's trolling us. Love that. Can you imagine? I cannot wait. We were at the same exact gate. We parked it when we flew the Felis. We flew the Felis 7.4 200 into St. Martin, and we flew it in the Pan American livery as well. So this is our official new Pan American gate, even though I think it's classified as medium jets only. What is this, Alpha 2, Alpha 4? But I think we made it fit, except this would definitely be a problem. This is not good here. So your wingtip is past the airport barrier. No bueno. But it's reserved for V1 Nation only. So I heard in Sim Update 3 you'll be able to download aircraft and airports and won't have to stream them. Tyson, I really hope that's true. I still think that is part of the problem with taxiing out and like the aggressive LODs when you're trying to download and stream every airport. Like I really hope that comes to fruition in Sim Update 3, and I hope that it increases the performance. Now, in my couple of flights, I've done 3 flights now. I did a test sector offline. My performance has been significantly better in Sim Update 2 just from the get-go. So if we can start to, and you've even seen me do some custom sceneries. We had Fort Myers there from Vertical Sim, which we didn't get to see today, but still awesome. I'm thinking we're trending in the right direction. So sorry if you want, it's not Robert in the 742, it's me. I know, I could dream. Well, hey, I have the Tiger. You're just as cool, my man, because you're in a 742 and it's in the Pan American livery. So appreciate you flying along. AJ Funana, $3 super chat. Performance enhancements. All right, Barry Bonds. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's much more fun to watch baseball back then. Anyway, AJ, thanks for the $3 super chat. Glad to have you back on. Wrong Side is in the house. What's up, dude? Stop by to drop a like before I go to nap before work tonight. Ooh, yeah, gross. Good luck with those storms, man. But yeah, no work for me tonight. I go back to work on Sunday, man. I haven't flown an airplane in almost 3 weeks now. So first flight back, get to pick up my mom. So maybe we should practice that flight. Maybe we should do a Dallas-San Jose, or maybe we should do San Jose back to Dallas in the Fenix. You guys would love that. All right, let's fire it up and let's get out of here. I'm ready to just sit back and chill. I'm glad that the 777 is not total full manual control. As Lyric Lemon says, because I'm ready to just chill, enjoy the scenery, real time, real weather, down to SVMI, which we have not flown into before. I was actually looking at route map. I was looking at old Pan Am route map, and I saw that they flew there. So we'll have to take a little gander at it. Now it is default scenery, but the approach in there is pretty cool, right along the coastline, big old cliffs on the land side, so it's awesome. Wrong Side Sim says, you'd be proud. I'm flying Microsoft 24 right now. Oh, yeah. Vertical Sim Fort Myers is the juice. Yeah, Wrong Side. We flew it yesterday. I tried to go back into it today, but I had to end the stream because of the tornadoes. But that Fort Myers is epic. Absolutely love it. We're gonna have to do another flight into Fort Myers because so far we've only been able to do one. So maybe the next stream we'll do it at Fort Myers Hopper. Maybe we take the CJ4 into Fort Myers, do a little citation jetting around into Fort Myers. All right, let's fire it up. Drone cam reset, cockpit cam reset, sounds check, sim sounds are checked. Deep breath, sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream. Here we go. Let's get the battery switch on. With the battery switch on, we'll get the primary power on. We'll get the secondary external power on. We'll let everything kind of boot up here. While that's booting up, we'll get the IFE on. Sounds awfully quiet. What's going on with my sounds here? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's why. Sim sounds are basically nil. We're flying that 727. All right. That's all looking good. We'll leave the APU off for right now. Coming up the left-hand side, it's on and off. That looks fine. Window heat can stay off. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. Fuel pumps are off. That looks good. Everything is automatic. Pretty simple overhead flow. Just waiting for our FMCs to boot up here. While they boot up, let's take a look and take a little gander out the window. Pratt & Whitney's on there. Love those Pratt & Whitney's. Chromed out Pratt & Whitney's. I like this thing. I mean, seriously. I think this looks really good on this 777. Who was the they were the launch customer? Who was? Who was the launch customer for the 777? United Airlines. In 1995. Yeah, Pan Am wasn't launch customering anybody in 1995. That's for sure. United. All right. Mr. United Airlines. All right, FMC. Let's go ahead and get the brightness up. Let's go to pause and knit. We're actually going to wait for all that. I guess while we wait for that, we can come over here. We've already got our doors and entries open. That looks good. Let's go to our EFB. We're on the Modor 2 RNAV. I see San Juan Center is online 1815. I'm not sure if we have to contact them. I think, is St. Martin under San Juan Center? I think it is. I think it is. Let me double check. Take a look at the old Aveo Premium map. Mordor? Is it called Mordor? Mordor. Yep, Saint Martin is under San Juan Center, so we'll call them up here. We're going to be on the Modor 2 RNAV departure out to the south, so we've got that already primed up to go. We could put up the airport page here. We'll pin this one, 10-9. I think we have to do a back taxi, Bravo back taxi 10, or they may give us Alpha. I don't know the restrictions for the 777 into here. I know the 74 we had to do the back taxi. But we got those two SIDs or that SID set up, ready to go. Pretty simple. Just a right-hand turn. Don't hit the mountain. At or above 4,000 at Modor. I can't go on Alpha. Okay, yeah. So it looked a little bit tight. So back taxi it is. All right. So that's kind of what we got there. Yes, everything has come to life. So let's go ahead and set the inertial pause. Wait, why is that index pause? Is it already aligned? I guess it is. All right. Route, let's go ahead and do a route request. That's us, St. Martin to SVMI. ADRU needs to be on. Is it not on? Oh my gosh. Rookie move. Let's get the ADRUs on. We can set the payload. We can set the fuel. Let's go back to the index page here. 250-hour move. I have 3 switches to hit on the overhead. I only hit 2 of them. Goodness. EDRUs are on. APU's off. That looks fine. Surely, there it is. Boom, boom. I like it. Route request. We've already set payload, set fuel, select route. Looks like our block fuel has been loaded on 38.7. That checks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we crashed it. Nope. It survived. It came back. It just had a hang there. Whew. Button fatigue from the 727, I know. I feel like I'm doing things out of order and it's messing everything up here. All right, there's our route. Let's go ahead and load that. All right. Departure arrival, runway 10, Modor 2, execute. That looks good. Route, next page, Mordor 2 to Mordor, then direct to Dandy. That checks out all the way up to Mider. After Mider, let's bring our flight plan over here. EFB, home. Let's do this. After Mider, It's the Pulp 01. All right, so departure arrival index, SVMI. We're on the Pulp 01, and SimBrief said we can expect 10 right. There's ILS 10 left. There's RNAVs to 10 right. Which is the one we want? RNAV Zulu or Yankee? RNAV Zulu. Corley. Sure. Execute. Legs. Now what we can do is, I actually like you back up here on the window. I can see you better for this portion. Let's go to the arrival. Approach. 10 right. RNP Yankee, RNP Zulu. And I took it off of Corley, which I guess we can take it off of DARPA. We'll go DARPA. So let's come back in here. We'll delete Corley. We'll go direct DARPA. Toga, DARPA, execute. I like that. Something doesn't jive. Something does not jive with that. Alright, so here we are in the turn. Optig. Oh, we got to take it from straight up T-good then. Alright. So let's go back to 10, Modor 2. My door. Oh my gosh. SVMI arrivals, Pulp 1. And we're going to do the 10 right, RNAV, Yankee. And we're just going to do it direct because it's super mid. There we go. That's about as mid as it can get from Optig straight in for the RNAV. No, I never check charts on Force Flight Sim, dude. That's super mid. Better to figure out in the air. All right. Modor, Disco, Dandy. We'll leave that as is. I like the rest of the route. Straight in, super mid approach. I was planning on coming in from the other direction. So it's all good. But that all checks out. All right, cool. So with that done, we'll go back to map mode. We'll put you back down to 10. Let's go back to perf. Let's get our zero fuel weight, 360.8. That all checks out. 32 cost index. Those are rookie numbers. Let's at least go 88 there. We'll adjust that as we go get up to our cruise altitude of 40,000 feet. Thrust limit, we're doing a TO1. A D rate, 1.5. Yeah, let's go TO1. Takeoff. Flaps 5. CG percent is 6 units. 21, 28, 38. Note that all checks out from there. So, all right. It's wild to compare this cockpit to the 7.2 and consider they're both Boeing airplanes. I know, isn't it? It's completely different. We'll go ahead and turn you on, and actually we will go auto, 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 on, on. Window heats coming on before start. Fueling is complete, so we'll get those on. APU is going to spool up. I was wondering why it was getting dark in here. We got some clouds rolling in. Hopefully there's not another tornado pulling up to St. Martin. Who else here has been hanging on exit on the sim? Crazy Frank. I had that with a livery issue. So it was a livery issue. I installed a livery for the 727 that wasn't compatible, and it was hanging my sim up every time. Yeah, but other than that, no issues. And actually, Sim Update 2, I've been able to load in and out super quick. So like when I end flight and go back to flight, I load back in within a minute. Whereas in the last update, it took a while. That's why I've been slowly falling in love with Airbus as they keep their cockpits in line with another. Yeah, the Airbus initiative, man. It's super mid, but it works from a practical standpoint, right? Because you don't have to retrain crews. Well, I mean, you do if there's a different type, but the commonality between them just makes it all streamlined for all parties involved. So, all right, APU is up and running. Let's go ahead and APU is running. Let's disconnect from the external power. That is good. Seatbelt sign is on. Where is my overhead lights? I don't want to turn on the dome. I just kind of wanted to juice up the overhead here. I guess I can't really outboard, inboard. I just want the green overhead, but maybe because it's still daytime and Microsoft doesn't allow you to, I'm not sure. Yeah, master knob is all the way bright. I don't want this. I don't want the dome light. I think Sim Update 2 is kind of borked to night lighting. Turn off the master bright. Master bright is off. Overhead CBs are all the way max. Still can't really see them. Not quite sure why that is. Ema says, I think the lights are broken. They weren't working for you either. Yeah, I think maybe something with the lights got messed up in the update. Yeah, Alexander, that's what we just discovered. It's something with the lighting has been screwed up. Has been screwing with devs. Oh, look at that. It's Pan Am, dude. That is so freaking cool. Because remember when the sim first launched, you had every light was all jacked up. Even the Fenix has some light anomalies. Like you have to turn everything on, then turn everything off again. We're going to get that sorted out. Look, we got some old school tail down there. We got another AA bare metal down there. Very cool. All right. Enough chit chat. Let's get out of here. Oh, we got to call San Juan Center. Before we do that, let's close up some doors. Ground ops. Let's go ahead and at least release the let's release the ground power and release the air conditioning unit, and let's call San Juan 1815. Oh, I forgot to right click. I forgot to right click.
American 2440, go ahead.
Are you guys okay that we continue our descent through 110 as your initial?
American 2440, roger. For now, descend 7,000.
7,000, American 2440.
San Juan Center, Clipper 357 on the ground at San Juan. Clearance to Sierra Victor Mike India, please.
3, take call sign again.
It's Clipper 357 heavy.
Clipper 357 heavy, you're clear to the Sierra Victor Mike India airport via radar vectors down the flight plan route. Initial climb, flight level 150, squawk 1042.
All right, cleared to Sierra Victor Mike Echo, Radar Victor's Dandy, flight plan route, flight level 150, squawk 1041 for Clipper 357 heavy.
Clipper 357 heavy, squawk 1042, radar track, expect runway 10 for departure, and advisory for push and start.
All right, we'll call you ready for push and start, squawking 1042, Clipper 357 heavy.
Radar track. Frontier Flight 4894, expect the ILS runway 10, St. Thomas altimeter 2998, when able, direct Kudo.
All right, 1042, transponders and TARA, that looks good. We could turn down the audio for right now. Dylan Fitzgerald, thank you so much, man, for the 61 months of support, man. Appreciate you. Huge congrats to you and the fam on the new bub. Hey, man, thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was, I'll tell you the full story here once we get Pushback and rolling. But thank you, Dylan. Appreciate all the support. 61 months as a member here on the channel, man. You're fully badged out now. Thank you for all the support, my man. All right, door management. Let's go ahead and close all, arm all. We got a 146. That's awesome. Look at that version 350. Is that Zippy over there? All right, here's our clearance. We're radar vectors Dandy, flight plan route 150, squawk 1041. All right, so he didn't give us a SID, which is
American 2440, roger. I will call them then. Thank you.
Interesting. Modor 2, but what did this call for? Climb direct motocross motor above 4,000 from the ATC, turn right to Andy. I guess he's going to give us a radar vector on departure. That's what it sounds like. So we'll have that ready to go. We'll have our airport page up and in full screen mode. Doors, windows, they look like they are closed. Let's go ahead and run this. Oxygen flight heading altimeter. Parking brake is set. All right, speeds. We need to set to 138, 138. I like setting 250, but I'll do 138. 138 is set. Flight directors, LNAV, VNAV. Actually, no. We're going to have Toga set because we can expect a radar vector off runway 10.
Engine starting issues.
Oh, he cooked his engine. He must be in the feeless. Heading 100, initial altitude is 15,000. 15,000 is set. Toga, VNAV, 138 speeds. Trim is supposed to be 6 units. Oh, we bring up the Throttletek cam.
545 heavy, you can pull into Bravo 5 and let me know when you're ready for taxi.
We're pulling the Bravo 5 and we'll call you back. 3545.
Frontier Flight 4894 cross Quito at above 2,000.
All right, 6 units of trim is set. All right, MCP set, takeoff speed, CDU pre-flight trim set, takeoff briefing complete before taxi. That's where we're at. Let's throw the beacon on. It's on. Let's go ahead and request pushback. Sam 1 Center, Clipper 357 heavy, ready for push and start, Alpha 4.
Clipper 357, pushback approved, facing west.
Push approved, facing west, Clipper 357. All right, now this is going to get spicy. Brakes released. Shift P. Is that what we use? Let me just check. Let's see. FS actions, ground operations.
I'm sorry, who was calling?
Pushback is not. Alt P. Alt P. Thank you, Andrew. Alt P. Here comes the tug.
34 heavy, Roger, that's approved.
Man, it got cloudy and dark in here. It's scary. It's freaking me out. PTSD from the tornado we just went through. It's not Shift P for me. I think it's Alt P in 24. Now, he said tail to the west, which is going to be to R. I can't make this 360 view. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out, chat. Facing west. Okay, so this is facing west. We'll just Alt P right there. That's about as far back as we can go. Oh my gosh. That's about as far back as we can go. We're facing pseudo west. Park brake is set. Let's go ahead and start them up. Can we start 2 at the same time? I forget. Start right. Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, now I'm out of sync. There we go. I gotta let it motor.
Good evening, Stash 1 Center, American 2297, requesting PDC.
American 2297, there's no PDC at Juliana Airport.
Roger, requesting clearance to Miami, American 2297.
There it goes.
American 2297, you're cleared to Miami International Airport via radar vectors JUICE, flight plan route, initial climb, flight level 150, squawk 2427.
Roger, cleared to Miami via the vectors, and then expect flight level 150, squawk 2427, American 2297.
American 2297, reback correct, Juliana KNH 1017, expect runway 10 for departure, and advisory for push and start.
Roger, QNH 1017, and expect runway 10 for departure, and we'll advise when ready for taxi, American 2297.
Wall is protecting the cars.
Good afternoon. This is Caribbean 41 Pacific Alpha. Adequate clearance for IFR to destination.
Caribbean 1, Christian Caribbean 417 Alpha, South Center. Are clear to the Tango Bravo Baba Bravo Airport via red vectors local, flight en route, initial climb, flight level 150, and squawk 7317.
Maybe that's why this gate is for medium jets only. I was at the heavy gate, but there was this Delta 321 chilling.
Korean 417 Alpha, right back track, Juliana QNH 1017, expect runway 10 for departure. And just
All right, we got two good starts. We're doing flaps 5.
Runway for departure 10, I will report 1 ready for taxi. Caribbean 417 Alpha.
American 2440, cross Vaki at above 2,600, clears training, RNF, runway 10 approach.
Okay, 2600 or above.
AFO, ATP written, completed with 92. Nice, man. I think I beat you. I think I had a 94, 96. Doesn't matter, man. Awesome. That's a good one to get rid of. All right, we got two good starts. Flaps 5. Recall checked. Auto brakes RTO. Flight deck door closed and locked. Before taxi, anti-ice not required. Recall. Flight controls checked. Auto brake RTO. Ground equipment clear. Before takeoff, boom, blank the checklist. I didn't technically do our flight control check yet, so let's do it right now. Flight controls.
Frontier Flight 4894, runway 10, clear to land. Wind 130 at 13. Virgin 34 heavy, runway 10, taxi holding point
I'm
Charlie.
going to just turn my nose a little bit more here.
10, taxi Charlie.
Shepherd Air for the win. Yep.
Good afternoon, American 3360 with a Foxtrot on board. Request IFR to
All right. I don't think we're going to clip the jet bridge. Nope. We are facing west.
Standby number 1.
All right, we have Avis Foxtrot. And
Airlines 417 Alpha, runway 10, taxi holding point Alpha.
brake set. Kill the light. We don't need to go just yet. All right, everything's good. APU's coming down. Cool down, parking brake, RTO signs, doors. All right.
American 3360 heavy.
I just say doors
American
manual.
3360, clearance available.
I mean cockpit door?
American 3360, you're cleared to the Atlanta airport via Red Vector G's, flight from route.
Isn't the cockpit door on the
Initial
overhead?
climb, flight level
Or is that the
150,
75?
squawk 7245.
Flight deck door.
Via radar vectors for G.
Where's the door switch?
Initial time is flight level 150, squawk 7245 for American.
That's closed. I think that's normal.
American 3360, Red Vector, Atlanta QNH 1017, expect runway 10.
Flight control camera? Yeah, because it's at looking at the tiller. Oh,
Actually, do you need to push back?
there you go.
We can push back.
Let's throw terrain up.
American 3360, Roger, advisory for push and start.
QNH 1017 advisory.
Oh, in the EFB?
American 2440, wind
Arm all. There we go. Doors auto. Beautiful. San Juan Center, Clipper 357, heavy, taxi, Foxtrot.
San Juan Center, 2297, ready for pushback.
Nope, you got to sit there in your 737NG. We got some real jets coming through. Look at that 74. Never gets old. That's the sweetest airplane ever to ever exist. 747. This guy's getting a little swamped, I think. Is that an Air Caribbees? An Air Crabbies 350. I do like that livery. That's an airplane we haven't flown in a minute. It's a 350. You're broken down on the stand, Eye of the Tiger? Hey, it's funny. We broke down in the 7-4 leaving St. Martin too. Y'all remember that? We had just we did something wrong. Had a failed start. San Juan, Clipper 357, heavy off Alpha 4, ready taxi, Foxtrot.
Ready.
We got you now, a little bit broken, but we got you.
Alright, I'm back. Thank you. Frontier Flight 4894, turn right when able, taxi to parking, remain this frequency.
Ooh, look at this guy coming in. Don't zoom in too far, it'll crash the sim. Oh, just kidding, that's X-Plane.
What's calling?
Clipper 357 heavy off Alpha 4 with Foxtrot taxi.
Clipper 357, runway 10 taxi, holding point Charlie.
Taxi holding point Charlie, Clipper 357. Alright, so Charlie, it's going to be right up here. Brakes released.
Line up on wait. Caribbean Airlines 417 Alpha, runway 10, line up on wait. American 2440, backtrack runway 10, XCC at Delta.
I don't know if we're able to get by that 74, but we'll have to find out. This is holding point Charlie, right?
Ready for pushback.
Is that holding point Charlie?
American.
Yeah, because that's holding point Bravo up there. Yeah, so this is Charlie.
Starting with the Boeing 777 taxi. Pushback approved. Facing
Roger, pushback approved. Facing east, American 2297.
Yeah, y'all have been super light on the likes, you know? Flying through a tornado?
American 2440, turn right on Echo. I'm sorry, lost aircraft calling second.
Look at that stutter. I don't know what that's all about.
American 593, cross Blue West, maintain flight level 110.
It's only on taxi out. And that's how Airbuses are made. Or are they cross? Yeah, we have a little inner... Never mind. AFO, so I've got a plan for that. As far as an office tour, I'm gonna have a little. I'm setting something up. All right, what's this Virgin Atlantic doing here? I'm gonna put the pressure on the controller. I'm gonna get up real tight. Alpha Apollo, yeah, this is it's a real livery, but it was never on the 777. Although it would look amazing.
417 Alpha, runway 10, clear for takeoff. Fly heading 1.
I mean, how cool is that? We've got the 7.4 and two Boeings. Launch customer, early generation Clipper, and the next generation of Clipper. That should have been. I better not go any further. He's going to hit me with his wingtip. IFR to Atlanta.
American 2440, taxi to parking and remain this frequency.
Going for a full realism view for you. Look at that. Maximum realism. If you haven't hit the like button already, I mean, let's just collectively smash the like button for the Pan Am 747. Office tour for a VOD. Well, so I'm not quite a VOD. I have an idea. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet. I have an idea for that whole situation.
Virgin 34 Alpha, enter runway 10 at Charlie, backtrack.
Don't mess with the Virgin. He'll outparty you into next century. True. Kaiwan, we're headed to SVMI. What is that airport name? Gosh, SVMI.
Clear to the
It's
Atlanta
like because there's
Airport via
two
radar
names.
vectors used. Flight from route, initial climb, flight level
It's like
150.
it's Simon Bolivar, but
Squawk 4357.
Caracas. Yes, it's Caracas. Yeah, but I always get confused because the airport, the chart is the like Matica Simon Bolivar International Airport, something like that. But yeah, Caracas. Have I experienced a 350 freezing in mid-flight? No, I have not, fortunately. Is controversial as the 350 has been for some. Every single stream I've done in the 350, we have not encountered a single issue. Other than launch day, we had, which we didn't have an issue on stream. I had an issue prior to stream because I needed to do an update. Go figure. Yeah, see the stutter is back on taxi out. I don't know what that's all about, man.
American 715, clearance and request, standby number 2. Korean Airlines 417 Alpha, ready to contact the altitude. Caribbean Airlines
It's stuttering because of the streamed airport, I believe. I believe it, Turk. It drives me nuts, dude. You know what? You might be onto something though, Turk. That only being in default airports, because I didn't have any stutters at Fort Myers or Pensacola. Oh, my 747 left us. Did I bump up to 250? I did, JJ. Yeah, I bumped up to 250. I deleted it and redid it right before the stream. So I got 250 rolling cash, a fresh rolling cash. I think Turk's onto something with it being streamed airports. We're gonna have to try again with another payware airport.
Go ahead.
Doing an aircraft reload. I have the Tiger. Did you check in your EFB for failures? Because I had an engine start. Failure, and I wouldn't have been fixed unless I cleared it through the EFB in the Felis. I'm assuming you're flying the Felis. Virtual Flight Diaries, the 15 months of support. Dude, appreciate you, V1 and chat. I'm happy to announce that I'm officially a grandpa. My son and fiance welcomed their little girl yesterday. Oh, well, congratulations, VFD, man. That is fantastic. That's, I'm not a grandparent yet. Still a long ways off, hopefully. But that's awesome, man. Congrats, dude.
357 heavy and a runway 10 Charlie, backtrack runway 10, line up on wait.
All right, backtrack runway 10, at Charlie, Clipper 357 heavy. All right, they're all coming on. Brakes are off. Let's go.
American 715 heavy clearance available, advise ready to go. American 715 clear to Sierra Victor Mike India Airport via radar vectors Dandy.
No, I didn't go. I don't even run adrenaline on the side, JJ.
Climb flight level 150, squawk 102.
See, now it's not doing it. I don't think it's anything hardware related. I think it's sim related, dude. I just think it's sim related. Captain, would it be hard to transition 777 from a 320? I think it could be dangerous because of the what was the crash that we did a review on where the pilot flew the United one.
357 heavy on departure right turn heading 180 runway 10 clear for takeoff.
All right, heading 180 on departure runway 10 clear for takeoff. Clipper 357 heavy.
Virgin 34 heavy, radar contact, stay altitude.
Shoot.
Virgin 34 heavy, Roger, air direct Dandy, calming team, flight level.
How do I get it to show Toga again?
Direct Dandy 400, Virgin 34 heavy.
180.
American 2297, ready for taxi.
American 2297, are you able to make
Fud Life, what's up, man? After a range day, it's awesome time for a V1 stream. Heck yeah, my man. Welcome back.
2297, make 180 turn.
Hey, I just found out that I don't know why I never thought of it before, because it's in the back of my mind, but I just found there's a 1,000-yard range, like 15 minutes from my house.
Ready for push.
So I'm going down the long-range rabbit hole.
Caribbean to do, go ahead.
Yeah, we ready for push there, let's stop.
Caribbean to do, roger, hold push.
Oh my gosh, look at those clouds out there.
Caribbean Airlines
We're going to be going
417
straight
Alpha,
IMC.
radar set terminated, change
How
subway
come
to
whenever I want to do a
Zero
stream
center
and just
blanket.
chill and have a nice, relaxing departure that's easy, then we're flying right into some more weather. I think that lineup was pretty good. Chat. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh my goodness, I'm basically 777 type rated. All right, here we go. V-speeds did not reset. Let's go. Spool them up 50. Sounds are coming up. Yoga's in chat. Here we go.
Okay, well, 71. American 715, pushback approved, and face west.
Toga. Thrust ref Toga Toga.
KLM 622, down center clearance, request flag number 1.
Rotate.
Up we go.
Positive
American
rate of climb.
36,
You're up.
pushback approved, face west.
Fly with. Oh, yes.
Runway 10, line up away, American 297.
Heading select.
KLM 622 heavy, clearance available, apply ready to copy.
Ready to copy, KLM.
KLM 622 clear to the Sierra Victor Mike India Airport, radar vector Stanley, flight from route. Initial climb, flight level 150, squawk 1573.
Kilo Sierra Victor Mike, India Vectors, the Dundee.
We'll stay inside. We're coming up to run 80. Flaps 1, speed checks. And departure Clipper 357 heavy 3,200 climbing 15,000 heading 180.
KLM 623 back correct, expect runway 10 for departure, and place ready for push to start. Break, Clipper 357, radar contact altitude.
Passing 3,500 for flight level 150 Clipper 357.
Clipper 357, roger, finally seeing flight level 400.
Climb 400 for Clipper 357 heavy. All right, climb to 400. Look at this breakout. Oh my goodness. 400 is blue.
Roger. American 22,
We're still in heading select.
heading 180,
VNAV speed.
Departure heading
That looks amazing. All right, let's go straight through with the breakout here. Let's get rid of terrain. We'll put up the weather radar just in case we pick up anything.
The radar vector Stanley.
Set standard.
Initial climb, flight level 150.
Set breakout view. I can't do it quite yet. Breakout view engaged. Oh, I know.
357, proceed direct Dandy.
Direct Dandy Clipper 357.
Qatari 752, take correct, expect runway 10.
He's gonna ruin our breakout. Legs. Execute LNAV.
KLM 622, hold push, I will call you back.
Roger, holding
Look at the shine on that. That looks awesome. I love those chrome lined engines. This livery is sweet. I don't care what anybody says. This livery on this airplane looks awesome. Ooh, what that was? Looks like we hit a wake.
Qatari 752, hold push.
All right, here comes 10,000 feet.
American 2297, radar contact the altitude.
Out of 2000 American 2297.
Beacon nav strove. We're accelerating at
American
286.
297, Roger, turn right heading 280, climb maintain flight level 340.
Wow.
Heading 280 and flight level 340.
I've missed Flight Sim, y'all.
American 59er,
I have
Victor
missed
Arnett,
this
runway 10.
so much. Look at that. Oh man, it feels good. Like, I think, you know, taking a break, although I mean, it wasn't really by choice, it just, I mean, I guess it kind of was, but like, when you step away from the sim for a while, whether it's on purpose or just real life comes up, and then you get back into it, oh, it's amazing. All right, we'll get our noise canceling headphones on here. We'll knock it down to about 50.
American 71.
I'm still hand flying. I'm enjoying this too much. This airplane hand flies so well, especially with this Bruner.
American 33.
Being able to practically feel that trim reference speed in the yoke, man, it's literally flying an Airbus with a yoke. It's great.
American 2297, clear direct.
Certified juice, says Dylan. Yeah. All right, we're locked in now. 286. Let's go ahead and engage autopilot. Engage full screen camera.
And American 3360, expect backtrack from Charlie.
Make sure I don't need to turn on anything down here for weather, do I? What happened to our flight plan? Oh, that was weird. I guess I must have clicked it in the VOR. Do you enjoy flight sim as a real airline pilot? Yes, I do, Noel. Listen, I've enjoyed it. I think I've enjoyed 2024 more than any other sim as a real pilot. With all the bugs and the things that go on, or that have gone on, especially early days of 2024, it's the sheer graphical immersion of the sim and being able to fly these other airplanes that I don't fly in real life is it's awesome, man. I have so much fun, and I love the GA aspect of it. I love doing GA stuff. I love doing retro stuff.
You need to push back,
You think the wing is broken? I think that's 777 wing flex, isn't it?
Are you ready for pushback instructions?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's a little island down there. Oh, that's awesome. Which island is that? All you pros in the chat know. I'm not sure what it is. V1, how are you? Just landed St. Martin, the American 2440. Ah, heard your voice. Sounded familiar. Max, what's up, man? The wing is broken at the tip. Really? Where? Right before the tip? You see the crease. Oh, like right here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. A little bit of like a creasing there. I don't know. Is that not what it looks like? I don't know. Is it? I think it is Saba, actually. It's the same in the Anybuild 737. Wait, INI doesn't have a 737. You mean the iFly 737? I'm gonna have to look at some wing views climbing out. Can't unsee it. Notice Blue Games mentioned it. Yeah, if that's not what it looks like, let me see on this side in the sun. Oh, I actually see it more in this with the sun, right here.
American 715, runway 10.
Yeah, I see what you're saying right there. It's weird though. It's almost like it doesn't. Let me see if I can. Is it visible from the back side? Yeah, a little bit right there. Yeah, I see what you're saying. P3D limitation? Yeah, I see that, Chris. I see what you're saying now.
Airbus 350, pushback approved, facing east.
Oh, same in the 737. Oh, I got you. George, what's up, my man? Just following up on one of your earlier vids. You can, in fact, bind reverse. Oh, George, yes. So I think I saw your comment, or was you in the Discord? I know what you mean by triggering reverse and then using your throttle axis to move the reversers. I do that in the 727. What I meant for like the Throttletek specifically is my reversers are a completely separate axis. So I'm struggling to bind reversers on a separate axis. So like I can trigger reverse and then use my thrust levers as an axis. But I need to trigger reverse and then have a separate reverser axis, because on the 7.6 Quadrant and 777, it's like the reversers are on my hardware, they're axes. Now, Throttletek actually offers a button switch for the reverser. So these are axis reversers, but you can get them without axes. So when you flip them up, they act like a switch instead of an axis, which I think would be the way to do it with the way the sims are bound, which I'm really hoping. I don't know how much of that is a sim issue versus or versus something a developer could work on, because with the advancements of all these throttles that we have now, be it the Throttletek, some of the throttle mods that we have on the Honeycomb Bravo, being able to bind reversers to axes like they are in the real airplane would be really helpful. Now, I don't know, like I said, who could fix it faster? Could a dev fix it? Could they program it? Or do we kind of have to wait for the sim to make that a core function? That's kind of surprising. I think X-Plane is the only one. No, X-Plane's the same way. I'm pretty sure X-Plane's the same way. We need binds in the default control binding menu to have engine 1 reverser axis, engine 1 thrust axis, trigger engine 1 reverse, or trigger engine idle reverse. Like, where's the Zobo? They need to write this down. Sim update 3, this is what you need. You need to add these bindings to as a core function of the simulator. Trigger engine 1 idle reverse, trigger engine 1 full reverse. You also need to have engine 1 reverser axis, engine 1 thrust axis. We need those 4 bindings and then scale them up, 1, 2, 3, 4 engines. Because that way, if you have a honeycomb, you could literally just bind reverser 1 idle, and then you could have the other button be reverser 1 full reverse. Sim update 3, give me back my local time slider and my scroll wheel on sliders. What do you mean local time slider? Oh, it gets rid of local time? Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, man. How high up is the sun? A little bit too high up yet. I guess we'll wait till we get to cruise. Oh, I'll go back to full screen cam here. But yeah, I would love to see those bindings be added somehow. Goodness, I have hiccups. If the sim can already detect reverser axis, that should be easiest for them to just build into the base sim. Yeah, George, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, just future-proof it, right? We have even more throttles coming out, right? We've got Windwing is working on a new throttle set, right? Verpal's got some cool throttle stuff. The fact that we have an airliner sim or an airplane sim and there has never been native bindings for reversers is just kind of blows my mind. I also asked those questions on the Q&A forum. I linked to the Discord. If you ask the same question, maybe they'll talk about it on 27th. I'll take a look at it, Christopher. I'll take a look at it because come on, it's flight simulation. Let's get the core bindings of the airplanes down first, right? I know there's devs that have the workarounds. Like I think the Fenix is, in my opinion, the best way to bind your hardware because you have it all in the McDo. So you can set the reverser axes and you can set your reverser and individual dead zones per axis, which is fantastic. So being able to do that all in real time through the box, I think that's the way to go. I think the AnyBuilds does that too, isn't it? I know the fly-by-wire has it. The way the fly-by-wire flypad has it, that should be standard on all airplanes. Because even the way that flypad works, which, man, we haven't flew the fly-by-wire in a long time. Maybe we should do that next. Maybe we should fly the fly-by-wire 320 from San Jose to Dallas. Because that would be, just see what's going on with the old fly-by-wire 320. Lots of binding talk, reminds me of BDSM. Busy controller, better give them props on the handoff. Are we outside of their airspace? Let me see. I'll disconnect her. Yeah, he's super busy. We're still well within their airspace though. Yeah, we're in San Juan for another probably another 30 minutes. Don't compliment him. Yeah, I won't. I think he's the same guy. Is he the same controller that we complimented, Zippy, when we did that group flight? We haven't had a group flight, like when I say group flight, I mean like a published, dedicated group flight in a while. I think we might have to do one. Maybe we should do one to Dallas to San Jose. Or should we go San Jose back to Dallas? Turk, have you or JJ, or is there any... I don't want to spend the money on that. Imagine, what is it, that Dallas scenery? I was wondering if the Dallas-Fort Worth scenery in 2024 doesn't stutter, but I also haven't tried I also haven't tried DFW in 2024 Sim Update 2 yet. Check the group flight section in Discord. All right, I will. You've been busy. Okay, I'll take a look at it, Zippy. I mean, because that defaulted one, that default DFW JJ was pretty good.
KLM 622, runway 10, taxi holding point Charlie.
TBM 900 X-plane had reverse axes.
American 592.
Yes, it did, yeah. Yep, that also had it.
American 592, cross the back.
Is it really just the fly-by-wire and the Fenix that have bindings inside of the airplane like that? I thought there was another one. I think the AnyBuilds A300 has it. But the problem with even something of the likes of the A300 on the AnyBuilds, and even you could say this, the same could be true for the with the flypad. They all assume that you want to bind reverser on your same axis as your thrust lever. While that is great, with the advancements in all the hardware, I think we should at least have an option to have a dedicated reverser axis, because now we're talking next level immersion, right? Being able to have the complete separate lever for reverse axis, that would be cool. Now the Airbus, the 320, and even the AnyBuilds 330, it's all on the same axis, even on the Quadrant. No, actually, it's not. The 300, A300 has separate reverse levers, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure the 300 has levers. Are you on Sim Update 3 beta? No, I am not. I am on Sim Update 2 stable right now, and everything, knock on wood, has been fantastic. Still get a little bit of stutter on the initial taxi out, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Other than that, it's been fantastic. All right, we're leveling at 400. Let's check out our prog page.
American 3360, we're at a contact lock.
VNAV page, cruise, max 43, recommended 40, optimum 40.6, so we're right there. We're going to increase.
American 593, special weight turbulence, heavy Boeing 777 departing, runway 10, clear to land.
87 Mach, please.
Start our 46, clear direct 2.
Direct 2, South 46.
87 Mach. And let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. You're now free to move about the cabin. Ding. Something about these colors, the blue and white over the blue and white water, is just awesome. Let's try to find ourselves a good view here. Sweet. Yes, yes. All right. Whew, chat. It's been a day. It has been a day. Where's my OOE playlist? I need my OOE playlist because I need to chill. And nothing helps me chill.
Radio with point Charlie, kill him, 6 minutes.
Killing 612 heavy, hold short, hold short runway 10 Charlie, landing trap.
Roger, holding short, kill him,
752 radar contact to altitude.
Noise canceling on.
Qatari 752 Roger, calming team flight level 400.
V pilot down. You are now free to sit back and chill, my friends. Did Pan Am show any interest in the 777 before they went bust? I don't think so, because this was what did 90? I actually was kind of surprised by this date. When was it? 777 first flight. 1994. That's actually a little bit later than I thought.
752 heavy, clear direct down the.
So Pan Am ceased operation in, when did they cease? 90, early 90s, 91, 90? See, Pan Am ceased operations December 4th, 1991. So yeah, it was, the 777 was announced in 93. That's crazy. I just saw the news article. Pan Am closure. Wow. ABC7 New York. That's crazy to see the old thumbnail. Man. Bring back Pan Am. 88 was fatal for Pan Am. Since that, it was a zombie. Yeah, after was the 88. It just that kind of went downhill. I wish Pan Am was still among us, the airline of the world and history of aviation. Yeah, there's just the thing with Pan Am. Like you said, it's riddled with that rich history and just the iconic, like what that logo carried. You know, like when you saw Pan Am, what that meant. There's really nothing that's still out there today that I think, as far as airlines go. I mean, there's only 4 legacy carriers in the U.S. None of them have like ooh, that's epic. I mean, the best one from a passenger perspective is probably Delta. And when I see a Delta widget, I don't get like the iconic vibes that you get when you look at a Pan Am logo. But I don't really know if there's an airline out there. Maybe something like, say maybe Emirates, maybe. You see the Emirates logo, I always think, first class, high dollar. It's obviously subsidized, but there was a 777-100 designated as a 747 SP replacement. Would they have been interested in that? Probably. Who knows, man? The way they were with Boeing, probably. Northwest was amazing too. Never got to experience them, but the liveries, yeah, the liveries are great on Northwest. And Northwest, I think if you were in a Northwest hub, you'd get kind of that same vibe. But I never grew up in a Northwest hub, so not really something iconic. Vodka says Northwest was a pile of shit. Arguably Turkish too. Turkish flies more than any other airline. Yeah, I mean Turkish, I guess. But see, I think that's maybe more localized because I rarely see Turkish in DFW. I think they have 1 or 2 flights, if that. Do they fly to DFW? I don't know if Turkish flies to DFW, now that I think about it. The old Alitalia, yes. I had a family friend that flew the old 7-4 at Alitalia as well. Or a family relative. Bare Metal American, that Young Cereal Box, yes, that to me, Bare Metal American, and I would say U.S. Airways. No, I can't have it say. I think I say U.S. Airways because I missed that livery. I'm nostalgic to U.S. Airways, but Bare Metal American. And then on a local level for me, America West. I saw a lot of America West stuff out of Phoenix. I kind of get the same vibe. Do I remember Continental? I sure do, yeah. I have a Continental 727 in the meatball livery. My buddy Jensen, we went to elementary school together. His dad was captain for Continental. Left, went to Cathay, and he was one of the most senior guys at Cathay Pacific. But he was never home. Never. Northwest 744, please. Yeah. I wish I could just set the camera to like slowly pan around. You know, like cinematically. Just where you hit a button and it'll automatically just cinematically pan around. Av Geeks in 2050. Man, that Spirit Yellow is so iconic. Steven. You know what? I still don't know to this day how I feel about that Spirit Yellow. I stand by the fact that when you see a bunch of them together, it's pretty cool. Like when you're flying into Chicago and you see 4 or 5 of them like all in one terminal area. Or when you're flying into Lauderdale where they have a big hub and you see them all lined up, man, it sticks out. But iconic? I don't think so. That's funny, though. Bare Metal MD-80 is what I grew up flying a lot. Miss them. Yeah, MD-80. I have a love-hate relationship with the MD-80. I loathed the days that I would commute to work on an MD-80. But now that they don't exist anymore, I miss them. Yeah, I do miss them. Oh, man, DFW was loaded with Mad Dogs. We need Chase Plane in 2024. Hopefully that will happen soon. George, so does that work? Can you do that in Chase Plane? Like set it so it just kind of does cinematic views for you automatically? Oh, Alexander, I can't imagine. KLMs, old 7.4s all lined up. Dude, a row of Pan Ams together, dude. It's crazy. US Air Dark Blue is cool, Virtual Flight Diaries, but I don't really have. That was pretty much isolated to the East Coast, wasn't it? I associate that Dark Blue US Air with East Coast. One button for automatic cinematic mode? Dude. Chase Plane 24, where are you at? US Air White Peak was peak. Yeah, US Air White was pretty good. But see, like when I think back to the airlines I flew a lot as a kid, Southwest, U.S. Airways, American, America West. None of them, like I have that nostalgic feeling to all of them, but none of them have that impact where it's like just first class world travel. It was just a different time, you know. The status of being on Pan Am was just different in of itself. You know, you get on a flight, oh, I'm on America. Oh, American live. I don't care. So, yeah, I'm going on Pan Am. Are we going to roll over here? What's happening? Or we're just filming a commercial. TWA, you know what, Vodka? Yeah, TWA has got some iconicness to it. Man, the 777 is way better looking than the 78. Come on now. Hit the like button if you agree. I think we're turning or we're either rolling. I'm not sure what's happening here, chat. The bank angle seems to be getting very steep. We should probably go back to cockpit view. Okay, just about to click the switch. We're good. Air Tran is iconic. The old Citrus. I mean, where'd you grow up, in Atlanta? I used to fly on Saab 340s from Fort Smith to DFW back in the day. I got a picture of my buddy flying an American Saab 340 with the left engine feathered. Is that engine failure? Feathered, just flying back. I actually think it was from Fort Smith. It's funny because Stig seems to really dislike the 7.8. Dude, I don't know what it is. I just can't. I don't like the 7.8 at all. I don't know. I do not like the 7.8. I don't think it looks very good. I don't like the cockpit colors and layout. I don't like the sounds. I don't like the wings. How is model matching when you fly IRL? Just always works? No gear issues on final? Yeah. Model matching in real world is awesome, man. Zero performance loss, and you can have as many planes as you want. It won't affect performance. Old school Scandinavian, the old Brathen Safe. Ooh, yeah. But you're from Norway? Yeah, yeah. You know, Scandinavian, that's an airline I don't think I've ever flown on the channel, but I really want to. The SAS, the 737 Classics, I think are pretty sweet looking liveries. If he dislikes the 7.8, he's going to hate the 777X. No, I don't think so, Alexander, because I've seen the 777X, and I think the 777X looks better than the 7.8. V1, hope everything is well. Congrats on number 4. Hope baby and mom are doing great. Glad to have you back streaming. Thank you, Mr. Jesus. Appreciate the 8 months support. Yeah, baby and mom went through the first tornado. It didn't take that long for number 4 to have his first little Texas weather situation. So, yeah, the end of that stream, y'all. So, right when I said I was going to stick around, my wife texted me. I was like, hey, we just lost power. And then I had my buddy text me who's up towards work, because where I'm at and where our house is different. And the worst of the weather was going directly for where our house is. And he texted me. He's like, yeah, dude, it's hailing like pretty hard right now, like 3-inch hail, 2.5-inch hail. So I saw that. I'm like, okay. So I went outside to look, and it was dark. I mean, I've seen a lot of North Texas storms, but man, this one was pretty gnarly looking coming in. So I told the wife, we have our own like little contingency plan, especially if I'm gone. So she got all the kids, rounded them up, got in the pantry. She said that she told them we're having a pantry party, because our pantry is like dead center of the house, no windows. If I ever build another house, it's going to have a storm cellar. Like it's going to have one. Never had a house with a storm shelter. I've even looked at the ones where you can buy, and they like come and they dig out a hole and put one in the ground for you. But so she went into the pantry, and of course when the power goes out, the Starlink goes out. So it's very hard to communicate, because the cell service at her house is very poor without Starlink even. So now I'm standing here. I'm like, well, it's coming directly for the HQ, and the HQ is an old brick building, which I'm like, I think that this building would be fine even in a nasty tornado or whatnot. But then I was thinking about the hail. I didn't want my truck to get hailed on, so I had to make a split-second decision. Do I sit and wait it out, or do I get in the truck and try to run south? So I was like, I'm gonna go south. So I grabbed my keys and I started to drive, and I got to the intersection to get on the highway to get going south and turn red. And if it was just me, I would have ran it. But there was another work van or something in front of me, and I'm like, oh gosh. It's us. Over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. Clipper 357 heavy. See you. Go back out here. So I'm sitting at the light, and I can just see the wind blowing, like the barricades were getting picked up. So not the plastic barrels, those were flying as well, the ones that came loose, but the ones that sit up like an easel with the plastic 2x4s on them, I saw like 4 or 5 of them just tumbling down the street coming right for me. So I'm like, I honk on the horn, the dude sees it, so he peels out, I peel out, we both run the light, and I'm trying to go south, and we're driving, and the barricades had blew over the exit, so I missed the turn to get on the highway, which is elevated, the rain's coming down really bad. I'm like, I'm going to get so stuck in this. So I'm on this side road, and of course the side road gets all the drainage from the highway. That's why I wanted to get on the highway. But you would have thought I was driving through a freaking river. I mean, I'm just plowing through water. But the further I went south, the better it got. So I just kept going as long as I could. And then finally I kind of broke out the tail end and missed the meat of it. But there was some reports of golf ball size hail coming down. So, and now I'm trying to talk to the wife, trying to call the wife, no answer, nothing. I'm like, great, this is not good. I had another buddy who hit me up, and he's like, yeah, don't even try to come back. The road to the house, to your house, is like, it's just, the trees are down, and the power lines, I'm talking 100-year-old, like, oak and, what are those other big trees that we have? I can't draw on a blank. Anyway, 100-year-old trees, big old trees. I mean, can't even put your arms around them. They fell down, and they took the power lines with them, so there's cables all intertwined on the road. Say, like, don't even try to come this way. You're not going to be able to get through. And eventually my wife was able to get a text out. She said, yeah, we're all good here. Power's out still, but everything's fine. So once I figured out that I wouldn't be able to get back home, I'm like, well, I guess I'll continue driving south and go pick up my suppressor at the gun shop. So I went down there, picked it up, came back. Road was still under construction. They still had the work crews out there. So then I came back to the HQ and said, I'll just do this stream. But yeah, it was... I'm glad I got the truck out because I think it would have been pretty beat up. There's a car out front of the HQ right now. It looks like it's parked at the driving range. It just has a bunch of dimples on it. So I think we made out okay. But yeah, that was my day for you. I mean, normally, yeah, we get some big. I took a picture of the hail core. This thing was massive on the radar. Huge hook echo. There's been already one confirmed tornado touchdown, but we had gusts over 75 up with where we are, so not good. I've got a GM. So what truck do I have? My first and only ever brand new truck that I've ever bought in my life. It's a 2020 GMC AT4. It's a 1500. It's a diesel. And I'm 4 months from it being completely paid off. So my first ever truck that was brand new. I'm like, and it's, of course, I'll pay it off and then I'll have to spend all this money in hail damage. Yeah, this happened today, James. This happened like 2 hours ago. Hail totaled my car 2 weeks ago before closing on our house where it would have been safely in the garage. Oh, Dylan. It's a tough one, man. The dimples make a car more aerodynamic. Especially when you have to trade that truck off for a full-size van. I know it, dude. Insurance won't cover hail damage? I mean, I have hail damage, I'm sure, but I don't want to deal with it, man. I'd rather just not have to deal with it, you know? Didn't Mythbusters do the myth? What, with the dimples? I think so. Yeah, diabetic ladder. Well, see, the thing, when I got south, like 20 minutes south, dude, it was just a sunny day. It literally blew up right over the Red River. And I live in North Texas, so it was right. And it normally splits. Like, we've been very fortunate where our house is. We've had some of the worst storms come through, and it always kind of splits where we are. We never really get the brunt of it. But no, this one just got worse and worse. I'm a licensed insurance adjuster. Yes, they will if there's damage. You'll have roofers in your neighborhood by tomorrow. Yeah, well, I don't live in a neighborhood, so no roofers are coming out to my house. At least they better not. Solicitors are dealt with differently in the country, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just kidding. They said the cost of repair was more than the car was worth. It was a BMW. Ooh, wow, Dylan. That's a bummer, dude. I have an old 2006 F-150 as a project car that I'm working on. Just managed to get it to start not too long ago. Nice. I had a 2006 F-150 as well. I bought it in 2010. Or maybe it was 2000. I think it was 2010. 10 or 11, I bought a 2006 F-150. I had I bought it with 125,000 miles on it. and then I traded it in, and it had 280. I think I had 280,000 on that truck. I'm sitting in I-35 parking lot here in Denton. I was just down there, Haas. Bauer Precision. I was going to go to In-N-Out, but the line was freaking insane. Let me see what the... Speaking of all this radar, I think there was supposed to be some more storms today, but I think it's all east. It's firing off just east of Lake Texoma and Sherman. I wonder what that hail size will do to a 320. Oh, dude, it'll rip the nose cone off. Have you seen the images? There's some crazy images of 320s going through hailstorms, man. Like sometimes, and you know what's really crazy about hail is you don't have to fly through the center of a massive thunderstorm to get impacted by hail. So that hail can get tossed up into the air and thrown downwind of the cell itself. That's why you're supposed to be 25 miles from any red on the radar or something like that. But yeah, it can really damage an airplane. You mean on the ground? That's a fair point. I don't know. I've never seen an airplane that's just had dimples on the fuselage from hail. That's a good point. I don't know. Last gigantic hailstorm we had in Denver was shortly followed by a bunch of super cheap hail damaged cars for sale. Engine damage, yeah, it can definitely damage the engines. It brought down, what was it, an MD-80 or a DC-9? Wasn't there a DC-9 that compressor stalled and did an off-field landing on the road? Yeah, Southern 242. Is that the one? Yeah, Southern 242. All right, let's give ourselves a nice little, oh yeah. Oh, this side? Yeah, I know that TAM 320 that you're talking about. I remember seeing pictures of that too. I've been very fortunate. I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm not even going to say it. Wasn't that normal for MD-80s? Yeah, well, I think when they locked up, well, both of them lost power. No bueno. They nearly made it. The wing clipped something, if I remember right. Yeah, it's been a while since I looked into that crash, but I remember something like that too. Jeremy says we got a 2006 Silverado 2500 that my grandparents never used, so it only had 17K on it when I got it 2 years ago. Nice, Jeremy. That's awesome, man. Hang on to that one. I had an 88 with a 44-gallon tank and a 30-gallon extended tank. The 454. You could tell time with the fuel gauge. Nice, dude. You know what I'm disappointed in, speaking of fuel? So Buc-ee's, they used to offer, if you bought a car wash, you'd get like 50 cents a gallon off. But now they've limited that to 15 gallons. I can't even fill up my truck now. So I used to always wait till my truck was on fumes, buy a car wash, and then fill up my truck at Buc-ee's with 50 cents off a gallon. But now they cut you off at 15 gallons. Come on now. Well, dears, I've got to go sleeping. It's late over here. Glad to see y'all. Have a good one. V1, happy to see you and learn the family is good. Thank you, Sahil. Appreciate you stopping by, my man. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get some rest. We'll see you on the next one as we descend into Caracas. Yeah, James, that's what I have. I got the Duramax in mine. What, that 3-liter Duramax? I fill up my 23 F-150 twice a week. That thing drinks gas. Driving from Murfreesboro to Nashville kills it. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. My 1500 is pretty good on the fuel. I can average like 27, 28 when I'm just cruising on the highway to the airport and back. But I got it for towing. That's trailers and boats. I'm doing a lot of towing. So that's how I justified it. And it was in 2020, so dealers were doing anything they could to sell trucks. 0% APR, 5 years. Sign me up. Now it's like, well, actually, I just saw an ad the other day, 0.9% APR, which it's got me thinking, at least for getting the wife a new vehicle. But none of this, 6, 7, 8% APR is crazy, man, for a vehicle. Got $4,000 for a 23-year-old Chevy, though, so nice. There you go. There you go. Josh, I do. I have that one. Yeah, indeed. And I think about it every day. That rubber oil-soaked, belt-driven oil pump. Whoever decided to do that. Do I know how to drive a manual transmission? Jeremy. I got more time in neutral than you do in drive, son. Yeah. Actually, my first car was a 5-speed Mustang. And my second car was a 5-speed. And then I did drag racing for my college years, so I bored out. I can't even remember what the engine was in that Mustang. I'm trying to think now. It was a 3.6 bored out to a 4.0 supercharged 410 gears. I ran about 11.75 mile. No, not a Fox body. No, dude. I have some dignity. Wasn't a Fox body. I love beating Fox bodies though, because they always thought they were the fastest. I had whatever year that new body style came out for the Mustang. That was the one I had, but I had a body kit on it and everything, had slicks on it. Obviously, when I was drag racing it, but then the problem was I tried to convert it back to a daily driver. Yeah, it struggled. It struggled. I used to have to reset the little computer chip for the catalytic converters, because the back pressure. So when I first put the supercharger in, and my buddies were working on it, the back pressure was so bad that I blew out my cats. So like the catalytic converters, like this honeycomb material, and I kept finding these. I thought they were rocks in my exhaust. I'm like, who's putting rocks in my exhaust tips? And then I realized that it was it was part of the catalytic converters. So there's basically a straight piped 4.0 bored out engine, 410 gears, supercharged, had the saline supercharger in it. Yeah. And that thing was fast, man. But I loved it the day I took it to get my truck. So I traded it in to buy that truck, actually, to buy that. Actually, no, it wasn't that truck. It was a 2000 was it the 2006? Yeah, I think it was. I think I traded it in to get that Ford F-150. But the day I backed it out of the garage, there was a puddle of oil on the floor. I'm like, uh-oh. Big problems. Today is the day. It's the right time to get rid of this vehicle. Who knew V1 was a car guy? Dude, I was a hardcore car guy before I was a boat guy. So, yeah, my best friend in grade school, we're still best friends, he was hardcore cars. I mean, Need for Speed, every single one of them, Fast and Furious, grew up watching, idolizing, I even say idolizing, huge fans of Vin Diesel. I mean, my last son's name is Dom. Like Dominic Toretto. It's not necessarily from that movie, but it didn't hurt in choosing his name. But yeah, man, Fast and Furious, grew up watching that, racing cars, going to the illegals. Like it was a thing, man. It was a thing. But then it's kind of funny, when I met my wife, I still had that Mustang. But shortly after I met her is when I guess I kind of grew up a little bit. And I was really getting into, I was starting to make enough money where I could get like some really good fishing stuff. So I was like, if I get a truck, I can go to the lake. And if I can go to the lake, then I can get an inflatable. And if I get an inflatable, I can go out and fish in the water instead of from the bank. So that was the thought process. What about Brian O'Connor? Brian was an option. I had an RX-7 in 1985, and that thing was a pile of crap. You had a Ricer. I'm a hardcore guy first, aviation second. Yeah, I'm long gone out of the car game. It's crazy now, though. I mean, you can buy Mustangs, even just Mustangs, cars are so fast now, it's insane. I mean, they're coming out of the factory running 10-second quarter miles. I mean, back then, like 2004, 5, 6, I'd say up until like, shoot, probably up until 2010 even. A 12-second car was fast. Like a daily driver, a 12-second car was fast. So I thought my car was really fast, running, low 11-second quarter miles. Shoot, now the Mustang's coming out with 500 horsepower from the factory, running 12 seconds flat. Like, it's insane. Wait, it's just totally different ball game. My brothers and I are all named after my dad's favorite rock stars from the caveman days. That's awesome. The fishing gear pipeline is dangerous. That it is, my friend. Would you ever get an EV? No, I don't think so, George. The only reason I would entertain an EV is if I could get one super cheap, strictly for driving to and from the airport. The problem with that being is charging. Just where I'm at in Texas in general, there's not a whole lot of charging options. So it would have to strictly be an airport car. And the airport, like the crew lots and stuff, they're all uncovered. Oh, shoot, we're here already, chat. So the car would have to sit out in the sun and all that stuff. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on an EV just to have it rot in a crew lot. But that would be the only, because other than commuting to the airport, an EV can't do what I would need it to do with the amount of towing and stuff that I do. That's just not there yet. All right, reset MCP altitude. Sure thing. Let's just set 200. Callie Simmer, what's up? Just joining. Glad you and your family are safe. Thank you, Callie Simmer. It got wild, but we are safe. I love my EV. Well, especially in California, I would love my EV too if I had to spend $8 a gallon on gas. Pontiac Trans Am, whoever said that, that was my first dream car, dude. The WS6 Pontiac Trans Am. That was my first dream car. Never got one. Ended up going the Mustang route. And then that was it. It was either going to be, LS what or, not. So the Pontiac Trans Am WS6 all black. That's what I always wanted. But then I went down the Mustang route. And the only thing that really the main thing that kind of turned me off from it and helped me go the Mustang route was the interior. Like, even the Mustangs at the time, the interior just looked nicer to me than that WS6. But I still think WS6 looks awesome. Man, you make me want to look for this video that I used to watch all the time. Hold on. Let me find the bottom altitude on this star. Is there any ATC on? No. All right, let me find, what are we looking for here? Stars, Pole 1 RNAV, T-good at 4,000. Let's just set 4,000. Then let me look for this WS6 video. Because now I'm curious if I can find it. There used to be a Terminator Cobra video I used to always watch. I think it was Snakebite 2. Let's see if this one's still here. The Kendall. Where is it? Here it is. If you know, you know. Wait for the best part. The worst sound you could ever hear while racing somebody. Right here. That supercharger whine was all I wanted. Here's the video. I used to watch that video like every day. I don't remember what the Trans Am video I used to watch, but it still looked good. All right, let's pay attention to what we're doing here, chat. All I want is an R34. What approach are we doing? We are doing the RNAV. RNAV a Yankee. RNAV Yankee. 10 right. I tell you what, let's make our life easier. From Polpo, let's go to Mars. What do we have in the box? So Polpo, Butsa, Optig. And Utbov is the IF. Let's build this. We're going to build the approach. Oh man, I really don't want to get... I don't want to... Let's go direct Polpo right now. Let's go direct Polpo. That'll straighten out the line. Then it's T-good. And then from there, direct to Utpov. Alright, so that'll work. Go back to plan view. I like that. That's fine. Optig, T-good. That'll set us up for 10 right. Okay, that all looks good. Back to the init ref. We'll do flaps 30, 129. This is an RNAV approach, so we won't be doing any... we don't need our ILS. As far as the minimums are concerned, we have LNAV mins of 1020. Click and hold this. Turbo hissing sound. Well, the turbo, so my friend, he had, my best friend Taylor, it's actually his birthday. Oh, it was his birthday a couple days ago. He had the first ever rear mount turbo Mustang, and that thing sounded like a freaking PT6. Let me see if there's a little YouTube video. I'm trying to remember the STS. It was the STS supercharger. And so we would. I was or turbocharger. So I was a supercharger guy, and he was a turbocharger guy. Now, I would beat him off the line every time. But if that race went into fourth gear, he was going to be catching up quick. Now, there used to be a video on YouTube. That's it. Right there. Hear that? That's pretty sweet. That's the rear mount STS turbocharged. He had the very first one in a 2006 Mustang. Yeah, you guys are getting me on the old car train now. I have some undisclosed videos that are still uploaded that are not viewable of racing, allegedly, maybe. Must do addition plus 50, thank you. It is an MDA, so we're going to add that 1070. At least somebody's paying attention here. $1070. All right, 1070 the Barrow. We're going to fly this in LNAV and VNAV. We're on the path. That looks good. Descent speed is a little bit low. Can we adjust this in here? Yeah, let's go ahead and do 300 on the descent. Can we do that, please? Beautiful. So 300, we're thrust, VNAV speed. So it's going to mess up our descent profile a little bit, but it should catch up to 300. It's getting a little bit choppy out there. Let's go ahead and throw the seatbelt signs on. Please return to your seats if you're up and about the cabin as we descend into Caracas. All right. I'm getting back in the groove, Chad. I'm sorry. It's been a rusty couple of days getting back into the streaming saddle, but we're getting there. Should upload them? Oh, they're uploaded. They're just private. They're uploaded. They're just private. There used to be some videos. So I'll just say this, because I don't know who's out there with Googling situations. But so my buddy Taylor and I, we were well known in the area that we lived for our vehicles. And there's videos out there. Yeah. V1 OnlyFans. FTSim has saved the 7.2. Zippy. Really? So there's an FTSim sound pack that you like. What engine model is it, Zippy? And is it workable in 2024? Well known by the police. I can neither confirm nor deny, but I will tell you this. Everybody needs to catch a break. I and my buddy, we have gone through our fair share of breaks. So, very fortunate. Very fortunate. Because could have put our lives on different trajectories. But we each caught a significant break. And not all cops are bad. That is for sure. Maquita, not Caracas? So this is Maquita, not Caracas? I thought this was Caracas. What's the 10-9 page say of this airport here? Oh yeah, Maquita, Venezuela. So it's not, what's the Caracas? This is Simon Bolivar. So what is Caracas, IKEA? What would be like the main airport for Caracas then? My first ever flight student was from Venezuela. He's actually a hardcore aerobatic pilot right now. He's got his own Piper Pitts, does a bunch of stuff. It's awesome. Eduardo Ucciani. All of them. The Rolls Royce is missing from 24, but in Stable Sim, gross, they are all the same. GE90 is similar because PMDG kind of did a good job from the beginning, has more character, but the Rolls Royce and Pratt & Whitneys are awesome. Storm says I must have got him on go home hour. It's very possible. Very possible. So Maquita would be okay. That's not the international airport. I got you. All right. Is that the one V1, the main airport in Venezuela? I'm not sure. It's just located, not located in the city. It's located by the coast, and Caracas is located a bit inland. I got you. Okay. It's only military and private, but Maquita is the main airport that serves Caracas. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Have I ever been skydiving? I have. I have been skydiving. 14,000 feet. I still have the shirts. Jumped out of a Twin Otter and a... Was it a Twin Otter? On all of them? I think it was. I had 3 jumps. I thought I jumped out of a Caravan, but I could be mistaken. I think I was all Twin Otters. Thank you, Christopher. Newborn is doing well. Oh, record. Speaking of newborn, last night, our newborn is exactly, he was 1 week old on Wednesday. Yeah, slept through the entire night. Can't believe it. Now, we contemplated, if it was number 1, we'd probably be like, hey, the book says you got to wake him up every 2 hours and feed him. That's what we did with number 1. With number 2, we kind of did that. With number 3, most of the time he didn't sleep anyway. Number 4, we're just like, shoot, if he wants to sleep all the way through the night, let him sleep. He can eat in the morning. Miss V1 is back. I assume the Starlink is back up. Miss V1 in the house. Chat, everyone say thank you to Miss V1 for holding down the fort today through the tornado and damaging winds. All by herself. 4 children and dogs and chickens and bunnies. Miss V1 is in the house. We're almost done, babe. We are on our descent. Not long now. 10-15 minutes out of 16,000 feet. Magic Barrel Ref has been set. Now, 29 or 86 2986. Recall checked. We'll go auto brake 2. Descent checklist recall notes auto brake 2 landing data we've already set 30-129. We've already bugged our a barrel of 1070. That's checked. Approach briefing completed. Descent checklist is complete. Altimeters, we've actually already done that, so we'll mark that one. Leads us to speed brake, gear, and flaps. We don't want to forget the gear like Full Flap Sim did. Full Flap Sim almost geared up to 727. Pro pilot. Wait, what was knocked? The Starlink was knocked over? The Starlink was blown off the deck? Wow. I'm glad it's not damaged. Miss V1 you're talking about. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah. Miss V1 is in the chat. He's doing pilot things again and not talking about cars. No, not talking about cars. Miss V1 remembers the old Mustang. Miss V1 remembers the Mustang. Miss V1 remembers the balloon song. I still haven't had the balloon song. Crazy Turbos? What's Crazy Turbos, Thomas Ray? Alright, we're at a 12 thou. Now, in my limited Boeing VNAV knowledge, it's going to target 240 at 10. Let's see how it does it here. Is it this green dot? Is this the decel point? Let's see how bad of a job it does. Does Miss V1 yearn for a van for all the kiddos? She, you know, she's not opposed to it. Look, we rented a minivan. It's super convenient. I just don't think I can get past it, y'all. I just don't think so. Might have to get a Sprinter van. I will say, though, the, what happened to my camera here? It's all jacked up. Oh, that's because it's the wrong, hold on. There we go. Avoid minivan life. Put a supercharger on it. What's up, Ken? We're on our descent. It's targeting 240. We're looking good. We're doing Boeing things, chat. We are Boeing. A Mercedes Sprinter van is 400,000 mile beast. I think that's what our pastor has. How much is a Mercedes Sprinter van? I don't even want to know, dude. And I feel like that's way too nice. If I ever own a Mercedes, the only one I would ever own would be a Sprinter van. I just don't think I could live with myself. I had a minivan when my kids were toddlers. After a while, I was finally like, that song, enough of this, and got the SUV, but minivan was nice while we had it. Yeah, that's... See, so we intentionally rented a minivan, and the convenience was amazing. The sliding doors. I mean, it was great, Cali Samurai. I really had no bad things to say about it, except one morning I said, hey, I'm going to go out and get coffee, come back, bring it back for everybody. So I'm driving down the streets of Tampa, roll up to a light, and I'm like, oh man, that's that new AT4 HD truck next to me. I was like looking at it, and then I realized that he's looking at me in a minivan. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It just hurts the soul. Maybe being a man is different, you know. I don't think but the SUV is probably what's going to happen, because I think it would be cool to have matching vehicles. So GMC makes that AT4 Yukon, which is really sweet looking. And we would need that extra bench row, because right now the Explorer that we have doesn't have a bench seat in the back. You had the wood paneling? Yep. Oh, the wood I remember them. I remember, as you know, it's carpooling to elementary school and stuff. That people had minivans, the one with the station wagon. You have 4 instances of your man card. Don't worry. Thanks AJ for the $3 super chat. Yeah. I guess so. Get the Sprinter and set it up as an overlander. That would be cool. Josh, I don't. Is it the same on the Yukon in the gas one? All right, we're out of 10,000 feet. Landing lights, turn-off lights, taxi lights, and strobe. This is our first landing we get to do today, unfortunately. It's been... We didn't get to land the 727. Let me get flight recorder up and running. Okay, yeah, Josh. So I want to do the gas one. Not the... Do they even offer the Duramax in that Yukon? I like having one of each. One diesel and one gas. In high school, my buddy had a Ram luxury van from the 90s. Best thing ever. Yeah. Thrustset remembers the station wagons. I bet Thrustset has a station wagon. Mika, have no fear, my man. We're going to do another We're going to do another 727 flight. We're going to do another one this week. I want to do another landing in that 727, man. I feel like yesterday's stream was actually pretty good in the 7.2. Today's stream was just mentally, it was a tough one to get behind because of like everything that was going on, and then I ended up having to leave soon, and just it felt rushed and off balance. We're gonna do a better one. Maybe we'll fly the 7.2 into like some network or something, some event. FMC message, drag required. We're not gonna make 4,000. Gosh, I thought Boeing VNAV was this amazing thing. Coming down to 240. We have a Sprinter for work. They do drive quite nice. In high school, my buddy... I read the one. I think they make an SUV with the diesel in it. They might. But yeah, if it's got that rubber belt soaked in oil situation, I wouldn't do it. Take the 727 from SVMI to Skibo. 1.3 hours. Amir, you might be onto something. I think there's some cool... I think there's a... Is there an... I want to see if there's an updated, like, Bogota, Avianca. What type of passenger liveries we got for Colombia? We might do that exact route, man. That sounds like a good idea. Gui, I use and only use Flight Recorder. It's a free recording tool off of flightsim.to. I think if you do exclamation point replay or exclamation point record... Maybe not. Oh, I misspelled it. I don't know. Just look up Flight Recorder on flightsim.to, and it's the best one, in my opinion. The FCR I've had glitches with it too. That's why I've kind of just shied away from it. All right, we're gonna do a manual speed intervene here. We're gonna come back to 180. Flap squad's coming out. Sounds are coming up. Skibo was part of the FNO tomorrow night. Done. Gray shirt. Gray shirt. Tell me, what time does that start? What time is that kick off tomorrow? Might have to do that, my man. Let's just connect those two. Boom. 23Z. Speak to me in freedom units. What is that? 23 Zulu. That's got to be like, what, 5 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. So 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. We might. I'll let you know. I'm either going to be fishing tomorrow night or Saturday. If I fish Saturday, we'll be able to do the FNO tomorrow. That would be pretty epic to take the 727 into an FNO. We might have to do that, chat. Thank you, Zippy. There's the link to the flight recorder tool. That's the one I use. I highly recommend it. The best part about that flight recorder is as long as you hit record, it doesn't matter if your sim crashes. You still have the recording file. You can just relaunch the sim, load back into your airplane, and hit record. It will bring everything back to where it was. So that's why, in my opinion, Flight Recorder is the best replay tool out there. I appreciate what they're trying to do, like having a native FCR, but the thing is, you still have to remember to turn this thing on. Well, if I still have to turn something on, I might as well just turn on my Flight Recorder. Thrustset says it works in Sim Update 3 beta, might work in Sim Update 2. Yeah, I'm just not going to mess with it. The only time I will mess with it, Thrustset, is when we're doing GA stuff, because I feel like that is a little bit better with some of the default GA airplanes. It gets all of the animations and everything correct. So that's when I'll probably look into it again. We also need to do, there's so much we need to do. I just haven't had the time. We also need to get back to Barry Seal Logistics. Not just Tour de Americas. I mean, Barry Seal Logistics. We got to see what's going on with our company. We've got a lot of money. We've got a lot of aircraft. And those were always some fun flights. Lucas Wynn, thank you for the 5 months of support, man. Appreciate you. Zach Lewine, thank you for the 25 months of support. Fingers crossed for a butter landing as always. I hope so, because we smashed the heck out of that 7-2 yesterday. What's the name of the airport again, so you guys don't get mad at me? Makita? Let's put terrain on. Makita traffic, what are we? Clipper 357 heavy. We're just outside of Utba for the Arnav Rienki, one-way 10 right. Makita traffic. Isn't the PC-24 still in the Amazon? It is. Should I put this view back in the window? Or do we like a no window view? I kind of... Window views are kind of just the vibe for me. You know, I'll kind of stuttered out here. Alright, so we leave it in LNAV. We can set the minimum, right? We'll set EXO BUP 1400. Aero Enlaces. Aero Iglesias. La Quinta. Pronounced La Quinta? Ah, okay. La Quinta traffic, Clipper 357 heavy, 4,000 feet, just over above ILS 1, or correction, RNAV 10 right. La Quinta traffic. I can put it in approach mode. No, because that goes low glide slope. I thought you flew this in LNAV and VNAV. Oh, if you have a curved RNAV. Yeah, no, we don't have a curved RNAV, so we fly this in LNAV and VNAV. If you were there in real life, we would rust you with the radio. Oh, I'm sure. That's why I prefer all of my South America flights to be done with a native-speaking first officer. Then they can work the radios. It's pronounced Mazapan Latte. You're right, Tyson. I saw your chat in the chat log. Yeah, I do go over chat log, so I see all the stuff you guys are saying eventually. You're right. It's a Mazapan Latte, and what you said about it being like that candy bar without the chocolate, that's exactly what's at the bottom of it. It's amazing. All right, here we go. Let's spool it in. Let's throw the gear. We're still 4,000 feet. We'll keep working it back, though. Let's do 160. Bit slick. We'll start the recording. Let's wait till we get to the final. Actually, we're close enough with Dale. Recording is on. We're set. I thought this Boeing VNAV was great. This thing is just high and fast all the way down here, man. Probably drink cheese tea. What's cheese tea? Never had cheese tea. That sounds gross. $400 people watching, only 100 something likes. Come on now, help me out, help the channel. If you like seeing this content, smash the like button. Because the 727 stream didn't get a whole lot of likes, so I'm assuming you guys want to see 777.
25.
If not, you're going to force me to fly the Fenix. Actually, I'm excited now that I've thought about it. Fly-by-wire 320. We haven't flown that in ages. We're going to have to fly that soon. Coming up 2,000 feet. Gear's coming down. Oh, I think I'm supposed to set the minimums. Set at 1070 set. Bank angle check.
Speaking of eventually, are we ever going to get a new podcast, Captain?
Callie Simmer, we are. We are getting a new podcast with an additional member, I think. It's coming. It's in the works, Callie Simmer. Thank you for the $5 bank angle check. Going straight to my Mazapan latte for tomorrow night's FNO. Appreciate you, Callie Simmer. Autopilot's coming off. Spoilers need to be armed. Flaps 30. Flight directors are coming off because I don't know how to follow them. Give me the bird because I'm a Boeing, or I'm not a Boeing guy. I would like to do manual thrust, so I'm going to do manual thrust.
Approaching minimums.
Runways in sight, landing. This is offset. We're 10 right. I think you're supposed to land 10 left.
Minimums.
We'll land 10 right, though, because that's the approach that we said we were on. Ooh, boy. What's up with this stutter now? Don't be doing that. We're going to get a checklist message. Landing, that's all complete. Cool. There's a large building just to the left of the runway there. Wow. 10 left, is out of service? All right. It's actually not very enjoyable to fly with these big stutters here. Smooth yourself out, 2024. This is the worst I've seen it.
500.
I wonder if this has to do with flight recorder.
400.
Whoa. Just a look at the wind. 26 knot gust. We're way high. We may have to go around.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers weren't coming out. Manual brakes. That's weird. I'm not sure what that alarm was. That was an interesting approach. I wish we didn't have all those stutters. I don't know, I moved the thrust levers up to kind of confirm that I was out of the reverse. Didn't seem to like that. Alright, clean it up. I wonder, I feel like every time I start the replay though, that happens. I wonder if that flight recorder is causing that stuttering. Zippy, you're out of here, my man? All right, dude, take it easy. It can't be flight recorder. It's all that shiny chrome. Well, see, what's crazy is now it's smooth. I'm gonna wonder if the replay has got stutters in it or not. We'll see. AJ, I am actually. I'm on a record version 0.26, I believe. So I am on a much older version. Must be streaming, loading in the scenery as you came in. I still think that's it. The whole streaming of everything is just awful, man. I do really dislike that. But see, now it's smooth as butter. Like, how was that? I don't even know where the gates are, so let's just park over here. We don't want to hit the fuel farm. It's because your cache is dirty, you need to clean it with adrenaline? I'll have to ask Team Vodka how to do that. Erp. All right, let's just go right into replay cam because it's already 5:40, so I got to get home. Stat. Let's go ahead and disconnect and see what the replay is.
Traffic. Traffic.
I disconnected. Don't worry. Let me run it forward.
2,500.
Let me just see if the
1,000.
replay has stutters in it too. Yeah, it does.
Minimums.
Now let me see something. I'm going to stop the replay, so now I have control. So I'm actually flying this approach now. Let's see if it's still kind of stuttery a little bit. That's so bizarre. Well, we didn't stutter like that when we were flying yesterday.
400.
We're gonna have to do this approach again. This approach is sweet. Look at the mountains and everything.
Too low. Terrain.
Let me go ahead
Too
and
low. Terrain.
run it back. All right. It's got to be my shader cache. I'm assuming I can't clear the shader crash, shader crash, while live. Let me open up the software real quick. Yeah, the stutters completely ruined that approach, man. That's so disappointing. That was going to be awesome. Where would that be? No, you can't do it. All right. Under perf. In Adrenaline, there's a clear shader cache button. I'm in Adrenaline right now. I'm looking. There's a new version of which I don't want to update to because everything's been fine. I'll have to look for it later. Let's see what that landing actually was on the outside view. We still got it down on the touchdown zone. Oh yeah, that was... We compressed those struts. Robbed! I was robbed. Where's XP at? Let me launch G's. Let's see what G says. G says... Stutter. 207? I'll take a 207 if it's going to be that stuttery. Oh, our flaps are up. I gotcha. Gaming tab, then graphics. Okay, I'll do it after. $216. All right. It was not a butter, but we got kind of distracted by all the stutters. That's not fun. That's not cool. I don't like seeing that. I have never had that bad of a stutter. So we gotta hope that gets fixed. You had like 4 FPS coming into Sedona today? That's awful, because Sedona's like just a nice little GA airport. You shouldn't have any problems flying in there. That's, oh man, were you in the Duke? All right. JJ, yeah, you give it a shot, see if it happens to you. I'll clear the shader cache before the next one. But I don't know if that's something else going on, because I had 0 stutters. Yeah, we flew the 727 into a Payway airport yesterday with 0 stutters. So maybe it's a combination of the airplane, maybe it's the airport, who knows. I have to run it back, do a little bit of diagnostics on it. But other than the stutters, it was a nice chill flight. I still enjoyed it. No, default scenery, JJ. Default scenery here. But I'm going to leave y'all with the stutter replay. I will try to be on tomorrow. We'll see what the schedule has for us. Probably won't be on Saturday nor Sunday. So it'll be probably a couple days if I don't see y'all tomorrow. But other than that, I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for the support. Thank you, HFS Super Chats. Thank you, Callie Simmer, for the bank angle checks. Thank you all for hitting the like button and just being members and support the channel all this time. So y'all are awesome. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening on V1. See you!